welcome to the Circus of Crazy, also known as the world. I am your ringmaster, GalaxyOfInk, here to take you through the crazy acrobatics of life, and I am officially back at school. Yeah, last week I was a day in or two when recording, but now I've been back at school for over a week, so I think now officially I'm back at school. You know how like sometimes when you do things, it'll be like 2 days in and you're like, you can't really say that you've started doing it yet because, you know, you're only 2 days in. 2 days in, okay, you know what, continuing. I am a sophomore this year, which for anybody who doesn't go by those standards, I am in 10th grade, which means that I am also in my high school. And this is my second year in my high school. Although our system is kinda strange at the school that we go to, it's the first 4 grades in one school, and then all the other grades are shoved into only 2 other buildings, and it can get a little cramped in there. So this is actually the most open school, even though I think it's technically maybe the smallest. However, being back at school, there are things that I remembered fondly that I still think of fondly, and there are things that I remembered that I didn't like that stayed that way. First things off, you're gonna notice that the length of this video maybe is short. That's because I have a massive amount of homework, and I forgot that in the first 2 weeks I was to be assigned a project. I'm supposed to be 9 chapters through a heavy-duty Old English book. I am on my 4th geometry homework and also had a test today in science because it's only been 1 day over a week of school. Thanks. It really doesn't make you want to go back to school when you know that the first thing that you're gonna have to do is hand in a summer project that you had to do, and the second thing that you're gonna have to do is get a new project to work on. I did kind of miss my locker. We in our school keep our lockers all 4 years that we're in the school. I don't know if everybody else does that, but that's how we do things here. I was actually very lucky. The majority of my grade is in the wing where we hold our social studies and English classrooms. And all of those lockers are from, I believe, maybe when this school was built, which was in the 70s. They are pieces of junk. Some of them you actually have to kick open, and some of them they had to have people duct tape and actually, like, sand down parts of the metal because it was actually dangerous to kids using them because it could cut you on the metal. I am one of the few people who got the newest lockers that were put in the school, which are both in science area wing and down by the cafeteria, and also around the areas of the language, some more of the math department, and just extracurriculars departments. And that means I'm the lucky ones. I have about 1.5 feet more space than everyone else's, but that still doesn't mean I can fit all my binders comfortably. And you know, no sharp edges that I can literally cut myself on. I missed my locker because I liked having everything there and the general order of it. I did not miss my locker because I remembered I can't keep everything in it. I have binders for World, French, English, Health, Bio, Geometry, and I might be forgetting one other thing. That's a lot of binders, and for, I believe, all 4 of the main core subjects, we were asked to get 2-inch binders, and for the rest of them, I got 1.5, because also often in our school, the stuff that they tell you that you need to get isn't actually the stuff that you might be needing to get. For instance, my global teacher, the same one that assigned that lovely project that I was telling y'all about, he usually tells everybody to get a composition notebook, but he writes all of his notes down for the notes that we're supposed to take in the composition notebook on a piece of paper that is the size of a college ruled. So you should just get a college ruled notebook. If anyone is in my school and is going to have the person that I'm probably talking about, just get a normal sized notebook. It saves you so much trouble. In addition to that, most teachers never gave us a list of school supplies that we should get. They don't really ever give it out. Hi, also teachers that might be watching this. I don't know why you would be watching this, but here's a crazy idea. If you could put a tab on the website that has all the school supplies, and then teachers could just update it when it changes, because it very rarely ever changes, and then everyone could just prepare, you know, before the last week of school is up, or 2 days after school starts. That'd be really, really nice, guys. It makes no sense. So I had to get a binder, folder, and notebook for every single one of my classes because you don't know which classes are going to ask you to take notes. You don't know which ones are going to hole punch everything that they're going to give you. You don't know how much papers they're going to give you a hole punch, rather who's going to ask you to take notes, because you have no idea what the style of teacher is coming in, except for the ones that you've had last year, which is one teacher. Two teachers. I have 2 teacher layovers. That's it. So it's very difficult to know what you're supposed to get for a subject that you've never taken before with a teacher you've never had before. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, guys. Then, of course, you have certain teachers that'll ask you for really specific things, like you should have gotten index cards for one class, or someone told me that I was supposed to have post-it notes for another class. How was I supposed to know I was supposed to get post-it notes? You have to get a really specific number of dividers, usually 6, and they sell dividers in packets of 5, so that's never fun. Of course, then you always have the teachers who will never have you take notes except for that one time that you're supposed to take notes, and then you never have enough loose leaf in the class, which is why I also had to put an entire new notebook inside my homeroom binder. That way that'll stay there. I also, as most of you know, got glasses this year, and for anybody who normally has glasses and has had them beforehand, how do you carry these things comfortably around the school? Because I still haven't figured it out. I have 2 pencil pouches in my homeroom binder. One of them is for all of my pens and extra pencils. The other one is for my calculator, phone, earbuds, and glasses case. Because I don't know where else to carry it. However, that does mean that my inch homeroom binder kind of goes like this because it can't close correctly. Please help. I don't know how to work this thing. For anyone who's going into high school, get yourself a planner. They're extremely useful. You should always have them. It looks like the battery on my camera is running out, but this is already at 8 minutes, which is really nice. So that's actually going to be all for today's video. If you like, you may subscribe right here. Click right here for more videos. You can click down below to comment or like. Thanks. Bye!